Silence is telling a woman that, man, be in your feelings, cry if you want to, but get to the assuming, get to the overthinking. A lot of times, y'all might not realize, but a lot of women been able to avoid feeling the feelings that they don't want to feel. It's actually facing their fear. It's actually facing a nightmare. And believe it or not, women are so emotional that once they experience something like true silence, and this can be in the same room, this can be calling your phone, now it's a few days, this could be your absence is gone for so long and she's missing your presence. So these are all factors to now sitting in those feelings, emotions. And then the worst thing for a woman too is not having an external outlet to go to, and even maybe a coping mechanism that could keep working for her. This simply means that she has to actually feel the emotions that hurts, that's painful, that I don't like this, I feel rejection, I feel not heard, etc. And so this is going to look like, dang, wow, I'm surprised. A woman can literally start feeling like, I can't believe he's doing this to me. And a lot of times, what actually happens until she's so desperate for you back or she hits a breaking point, she's going to make it more about like, I'm hurt. I can't believe I'm going through this. She might not say this per se to you, but she will just kind of explain this, whether it's acknowledging this is what she's feeling or it's saying it to a friend if it comes down to that, or whoever is going to be her support system. So think about it this way, where she's now acknowledging her emotions or simply can't run away from it. And I'll explain in a second how women do tend to run away from it, and you guys do help by that. But yeah, now when she has to sit in it, she's now feeling like, wow, this is actually uncomfortable. But back to pain and it hurts, that's going to be key factors. Then she's checking on herself in a sense of, I don't like how this feels. I feel like I'm not valuable. I thought that I could be this way with him. I didn't think I was that bad. And it starts slowly changing. So it can look like, I can't believe I'm hurting like this. I don't like this feeling. I feel so unloved. I feel like I'm falling apart. I feel like I just lost a part of me. I'm just so hurt. I'm going through it. Remember, women are also hormonal. So, I mean, if she's really going through it that time of the month, even menopause, whatever that's going to be triggering those hormones, get it going. Basically, it could affect her emotions even more and make silence even worse. And it can now get her to really be more in her feelings. Back to my point though, it can transition from that being in her feelings, and then it can turn into now externally looking at you. So now it's about like, what is he doing? Is he cheating? You're going to have a woman that either is going to try to pin it on there's a reason why you're doing silence, or it's going to be more about like, oh, but I don't want him to do this stuff. So they might not particularly feel like you are, but they know that there's a high risk to it. This simply just means like, she might be like, oh, I don't want him to be with somebody else. Oh, he's going to start loving on someone else. Or, oh, he's only silent because, maybe I ruined it for too long. And she could also feel both. So she could feel what I just explained, and then she could also be like, oh man, like, I bet he's dating. Or he's only this silence because he's out of town and he's partying with his boys. Or, man, he just told me he had friends come over with a girl. Because then the next thing that women do when they have to be in their silence, well, not be in their silence, but feel the silence that you've given to them, basically sitting in that moment and thinking hard is making assumptions, because now she has to try to put two and two together as to, why are you like this? How can you handle it? How are you doing it for so long? When will it come to an end? Those are all questions, and those are questions to ask yourself too. Maybe you don't even know yourself, which I'll ask you, have you ever given women the silent treatment? Have you also just went silence, more so like, ghosting or no contact, or just breaking communication, not breaking, not that, don't do that, but like cutting communication, I mean. And have you done it, and have you seen results, and what are those results? And what do you just feel? Comment your stories. I know it definitely helps out other people. And I'll be in the comment section. I'll be helping you out. And even if it's not helping out, I'll be out in the comment section talking to y'all. So let it be known. And per usual, don't forget to let me know part twos or any questions. If you want me to elaborate on anything, let it be known in the comment section. And don't forget, especially if you're a new member, you could, or new to my channel, you could become a Patreon member, get at least one exclusive video a month. Actually been giving a little bit more than just just one exclusive video a month. But as of now, that's how I want to do it for my free members. Community is being built on there, so definitely do join. I do have 2 patrons, and lastly, consultations are available. Different ways you want to go about it, it's up to you. And it could be about anything. Again, it's for you to actually have real results. It's about you at the end of the day. If you're serious or you want to just be heard, I'm here for that. And if you're tired of going through the same things, want tactics or strategies or actual advice, recommendations that's actually going to be suitable for your situation, I got you. I've dealt with so many multiple people. I have clients that have come back multiple times, talked to multiple of them over the years, legit. Some up to like 5 years. So it's where you're at. If you're serious, want changes, I got y'all. Wow, I cannot talk. Book by clicking the link down below. And so let me get back into a little bit of how when she's going through these different emotions, think about like a roller coaster, as I explained in one of my recent videos. It's just one of the best ways to explain it, because that's the exact example of how the emotions are. Now, if you're dealing with a woman that can easily be emotionally unstable, this means like if you are dealing with her and you notice there's tendencies of her getting too worked up at times, being sensitive at times, being rude at times. There's things that you notice that makes her be like tick easily, right? Or you notice that, man, this girl, she's always crying, right? And even the happy side, you might notice that she gets happy, then she's in this funk. Now, all I'm saying is that the more it's like that, the more likely she's obviously gonna be like that without you. And I say this because it's a thing that maybe she doesn't regulate in areas that she needs to. However, she just handles things by being like that. So I'm saying like her instability is not there. So she's not stable with her emotions, and that just causes her to have to like go through different thought process. And again, if she's also an overthinker. So I say this to say, like, unfortunately for her, but fortunate for some of y'all, that could be a beneficial thing, because if you really want her to start feeling those sorts of emotions where it's like, dang, with him I feel this, I miss him one moment, then I'm trying to be strong, those sorts of stuff, that's what she has to face. But that brings a high chance of a breaking point, which is a different story for a different time. But again, it's also about your results. That's why I said consultations are available, because it's really going to be catered to your situation. Consultations do have to be catered, right? I have to make sure I hear your story and I know what's going to work, because your circumstances are different than any other person. It's always going to be that way. And lastly, as I said, I was just going to explain to you kind of briefly about like what you're doing to not help her with like that behavior of not sitting in her emotions, feeling the feelings, is always showing up, is always appearing, especially when you've noticed that once you feel like you've done it for too long, but it was actually required for you to be like silent with her for a very long time, but you cut it short because maybe you felt bad, whatever the case may be. At that point, all you're doing is stopping the process of her actually fully feeling it. And then for other guys, it might be that, you're always giving reassurance and validation. So it can never actually allow her to go through those emotions and feels. And so, again, once you cut it out, once you give the silence, basically even just try in different ways. Sometimes it's not like you're doing it cold turkey, that sort of stuff. It might just be in the room of like, let her talk, let her rant, let her go off, right? All that sorts of stuff. So I will definitely bring this topic back up. If y'all have questions, concerns, let it be known. Don't forget about the links. Take care of yourself. Remember, you can get through anything that you're going through. You're already getting through it. Just take it day by day. And I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all very much soon. And bye, y'all.